Hello, 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 folks. How are ya? This is your boy Ed back with another check-in, and I continue to do on the check-ins because I do want to do my podcast, but I want to. There's a certain way I want to do it, so I'm just kind of holding off on it. So I'm just waiting, So these will be check-ins I'll be dropping on my channel, So I hope you guys check me out. But at any rate, I hope everyone's day is good. I hope you guys are encouraged. I hope you guys are continuing to press. I hope you guys are continuing to fight and that you're not giving up. I am a prime example of you just have to keep going and that God's grace is sufficient. His mercy is new. And he is just a wonderful, 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 wonderful person to have in your corner, man. He's just a blessing. Like I realize how much I've grown. Just was dealing with the situation a few moments ago where a person, I can't quite explain where it comes from, but it appears this person has been telling themselves certain things and running with that. But what I do know about the person, though, the person never listens. And the person assumes the worst, and the person is always on the defense. So where I am in life, if you are chaotic and you're not about peace, and we can't sit there and have an adult conversation where there's no yelling, there's no screaming, there's no reason for me to have a relationship with you. And I'm just in the place where I don't have time for weird people, man. I got enough stuff going on in my life. I will not allow people to be in my life who don't want to be there and who attempt to bring negativity while they're there. They are dismissed. They have to go. I can't afford to have these people around me. I don't need help with negativity. I don't need help with chaos. I don't need help with low energy. I don't need any of those things because I sometimes fall off into those spaces just in the course of my life. I don't need anyone's help. And I refuse to allow people to be around me who aren't genuinely for me. I obviously am a very flawed person. I've spoken about it 1,000 times. I'll probably speak about it 1,000 times more. But I love myself. And I'm loving myself more and more every day. That journey has not been easy. That journey has not been easy. And I will share that when it comes to family, it is a sad, sad, sad thing that families are so divided. Like you have sets of people over here, sets of people over there. This one is talking about that one is talking about the other, and no one can sit down in the middle to try to figure out what's going on. People's pride and ego become so big, and because people feel like they're so comfortable with you, they feel that they can just speak to you how they want to speak to you, and they can violate and be disrespectful, and they can attempt to tear you down because they feel the way. I don't give family passes. I'm cool on that. I'm fresh out of those. I've been out of those now for probably about 20 years, give or take. I'm over it. I'm over it. As much as I would like to see family join together, you can't force a thing because it literally takes two people to make a thing go right. It takes two willing and capable adults who are willing to sit down and use their words. You may become filled with passion and having discussions, but don't go below the belt. If you feel like you're about to get out of pocket, excuse yourself and let's resume the conversation at a later time. But the yelling, the screaming, the disrespect, that is not to be tolerated. There is entirely too much stuff going on in this world to be arguing back and forth amongst each other. I don't understand why that happens. I no longer care. I'm in this place where you either receive me and what I have to say, what I stand for, or you don't. And you do not have to. I guarantee you, life does not stop because you've rejected me. You are not the first. You will definitely not be the last. And I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident and I'm sure in where I'm heading. And I'm just striving to do better, man. I'm striving to do better. Do I hit the mark every day? Absolutely not. Matter of fact, I woke up not too long ago and was already sliding down the scale. So we all have our issues. We all have our shortcomings. I, however, don't think that we should focus in on those things, nor should we focus in on those things in other people. We shouldn't hold against a person what a person doesn't have or what a person needs to work on. We should be willing to extend grace and we should be willing to be patient. We absolutely should be willing. But again, it takes two willing people. You know, I have dealt with people in my past where I feel like I've been I'm a loyal person and I feel like I'm not the best at it, but I've been a pretty decent person, a pretty decent family member, a pretty decent friend to people. Only to have these people basically not bring to the table the same thing, you know, because when something shiny comes up, they out the door. Something better comes up, they out the door. They having a bad day, they pop their mouth off. I'm out the door. You know, there's a give and take to every successful and healthy relationship. And if people aren't willing to put the work in, then what's the point? What's the point? You know, I'm not fighting for anyone's attention. I'm not fighting for anyone's affection. And I'm not going to chase anyone down to love on them. I'm not God. That's what God does. I'm not him. Yes, I do aspire to be like him. But why am I personally going to chase down someone who absolutely wants nothing to do with me? Because what they think they're going to have with me is disrespect and disregard. I'm cool on that. And I'm not here to tear nobody down. And I'm also not here to allow myself to be torn down. I'm not here to allow myself to be mishandled and mistreated. I don't deserve that. I do not deserve that. And because I don't deserve it, I won't receive it. Because everything I've lost in the way of family, everything that I've lost in the way of who I thought was friends, in this season, it's coming back 100-fold. It's coming back double for my former trouble. And God's math is not our math. So for me, it's just increase and it's just continued blessings and it's continuing to climb. It's continuing to push. And I'm going to continue to go forward. You know, life is about changes, and it's about choices. Life is ever evolving. It is ever moving forward. And you can get left behind. You can become stagnant or you can press through the muck and just be determined to see the sunshine and understand that every day is not going to be a great day, but be determined to have a great day. You know what I'm saying? And as, Tabitha Brown put it, I'm going to, paraphrase. If you're going to have a bad day, have a bad day, but don't you mess up nobody else's. Like, why would we get out here and tear up someone else's happy because we're unhappy? That's not cool. So let's not do that. For people that just don't understand and don't get it, that's okay too. That's on them. You know, I don't respond to that. I don't. But I just wanted to share with you, love yourself enough to keep your peace. Fight for your peace. Stand for your peace. And be willing to remove any and everything out of the way that disturbs it. And I know it's easier said than done, but fight for it. That's a part of life. And you got this. I love you. I mean it. I'll talk to you soon.